than 50% of small businesses will fail before their 5th year. So let me take you to an uncertain time when the success of my business was not guaranteed. I had repeat customers. I had a product that was well received. I was making a small profit, but at least I wasn't losing money. This is success, right? Or at least that's what I kept telling myself, despite the nagging feeling on the inside, letting me know that something was missing. When people would ask me what I did for a living, I would say, not sure. I made butter-laden sugar cookies that I sold to wealthy people. What service was I providing for the world other than maybe higher cholesterol and possibly better sales for Lipitor? That wasn't enough for me because I knew what it was like to take pride in a job that I've done before. Had you asked me in the past, I would have very confidently said, I am a science teacher at a DC public charter school. It was hard work, but it was meaningful. And even though I couldn't see it every day, I knew I was having an impact. I was doing something important. But after nearly a decade in education, I was ready for a new adventure, a new challenge, and I had always wanted to start my own business. When I was in school, I lived for the wrapping paper fundraisers we would have. I'd plot my path through the neighborhood, and I'd chart my successes and my sales on spreadsheets before the days of Excel. I was a real dork about it, but I loved it. And as I got older, I put my business plans to paper, coming up with ideas for a modern babysitter's club, an upscale food mart, and even a sports bar, which was strange because I've never liked beer and I've never liked sports. So I filed it along with all of the other ideas that I had that I never acted on. But I was finally ready. I wanted to open a bakery. I have always loved cake, even when the cake to candle ratio was daunting for little Megan. Charged ahead. But Google bakeries in Washington, D.C., and you'll see there's simply no lack of places for you to satisfy your sweet tooth. I didn't see where I would fit in. And I was planning a baby shower for a friend of mine. I wanted something really special. I stumbled across the blog of a woman in my neighborhood who made custom cookies as a hobby. I asked her if she would make some for me. She agreed. The guests raved, and I thought, hey, this is something I can do. I was influenced by Sheryl Sandberg, who was all over the scene, spreading her lean in message. I caught up the courage. I called the woman back, and I said, do you want to go into business with me? She agreed, and for a little while we made cookies together. But not too long after, she decided she didn't want to do this for the rest of her life. And I forged ahead alone. I was busy. The business was going well. And by most traditional markers, I was becoming quite successful. I suppose I was proud of the fact that I had built something, but still that nagging feeling persisted inside of me, not letting me be completely satisfied with where I was or what I was doing professionally. What was that feeling exactly? I didn't know. I chalked it up to anxiety because at that time I was looking for a permanent kitchen space. But the feeling became overwhelming, and I even thought about leaving the business. I had found someone who wanted to buy it from me. This was a big deal, though. I had just left a career in education for what? For failure? For quitting? Not me. This is when I started to really question the definition of success. Make a business, make a profit, sell the business. Success? For some. But I just felt, have an idea, couldn't hack it, gotta get out of there. quitter, failure. But then something remarkable happened. A friend of mine knew about a commercial kitchen that was opening up. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do with the business, but I didn't want to regret missing an opportunity. So I went to take a look. It was perfect. It was brand new. It was everything I wanted in a kitchen, and it was in that very moment that I knew I was going to sell the business. But I stand here in front of you today running a desserts company. Because in the end, it wasn't the kitchen that changed the course of my business. It was who I would be renting it from. A nonprofit that provides high-quality residential and educational programming for vulnerable single mothers in the Washington, D.C. area. They have classes on parenting and life skills, and there's a Montessori school on campus for the children. It was clear to me that in that building, there were good people doing good things for those who deserved it. And that's something that I wanted to be a part of. So after speaking with the executive director, we decided that my business would fall under their umbrella. I became the director of social enterprise, which was a new venture for them, and it included overseeing a cafe, a rental venue, my business, but most importantly, a workforce development program. And just like that, we began baking social change. We hire women and work with women from the extended nonprofits network, including alums, current residents, and other under-resourced women in the community. Every day is an adventure. Every day is a challenge. And I once again know that I am doing good, meaningful work. As it turns out, it wasn't the challenge of starting my own business or dominating the desserts world that I wanted. It was a challenge that benefited others, a challenge that allowed me to provide social good for people other than myself. This is a challenge that I'm proud of and leaves me very satisfied. So let's go back to the statistic. More than 50% of small businesses will fail in 5 years. The odds are against us. Would my business have made it past 5 years without connecting with the nonprofit? Who knows? Would I have made it 5 years without connecting with the nonprofit? Probably not. But this is what I do know. These are the lessons I've learned that I'd like to share with you today. Listen to the nagging voice inside of you. It's probably trying to tell you something important. And if there's a void, try to fill it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be standing here today. Notice, seize, and even create opportunities for yourself. You have to make money, but that doesn't have to be everything. And be willing to redefine success. I still make expensive butter-laden sugar cookies that I sell to wealthy people. But I do it with a new business model, a new plan for social good. This is my new definition of success. And it leaves me to wonder, what if 50% of businesses didn't fail, but were able to redefine success for themselves and flourish? Instead of asking, how much money will we make? Let's start asking, how much good can we do? And encourage the businesses around us to start baking in social change to their business models. Because let's face it, eating a cookie that tastes good, that's fine. But eating a cookie that does good, that can change a life. Thank you.